Dishonored and Deus Ex are different generations of a genre that has so many cool games, immersive sims, and today I'm going to be showing you a bunch of new and upcoming immersive sims that you may not have seen. So let's start with a fun one. Retro Space is an immersive sim that is being marketed as disco punk space horror, which sounds a bit crazy, but if you think about it, it's probably pretty accurate. You take on the role of the protagonist, who is a space janitor, but through a set of circumstances, you're now humanity's last hope. You can choose the way that you'd like to play, whether you decide to stealth your way through or go on blasting. You'll find yourself roaming through the space station Aurora 5. Each enemy has their own way of doing things that you'll need to figure out in order to survive. They've attempted to make it just as fun to stealth past them for those who want to do that, or to blow them up. It's a narrative-heavy game with a dark story that has all sorts of twists and turns, and has that sort of retro feel to it that harkens back to System Shock and Deus Ex. There is no release date, but you can wishlist it right now on Steam. And if you want something that you can play right now, albeit in early access, you should check out Psycho Patrol R. In this game, you'll bounce back and forth between being in a mech and doing the first-person shooter stealth thing. It's set in an open and non-linear world, so you'll have a lot of freedom to pursue what you'd like. This is a very interesting and weird mixture of genres that has you freely exploring the world with a bit of detective mystery following you through it. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I've seen for this game. It's definitely something unique, and that may work for some people, not so much for others, but for those who want a more open experience in this genre where you can really explore and get immersed into an immersive sim, this seems like a pretty good choice. The developer already put out a finished game that looks a bit crazy but is very highly rated in Cruelty Squad. Psycho Patrol R is in early access and plans to be there until it's finished with no stated release date, so keep that in mind. You can check it out on Steam. And if you've ever thought that System Shock or Prey needed more dinosaurs, then this one might be for you. Aanasia is basically that. They say they were inspired by System Shock and Dino Crisis. The game takes place in a South American research facility that has been overrun, Jurassic Park style, with a bit of horror, stealth, and FPS. This immersive sim will require you to find ways to navigate around or through your new reptile pals, using the equipment that you find in your own wits. If you look closely, you might just come across some hidden secrets. You'll be hacking, sneaking, and lockpicking your way through the facility, and you have limited resources, so when you decide to fight, you better be prepared. Aanasia is in development right now with no release date, but you can wishlist it on Steam. And another game I have to show you that gave me huge Deus Ex vibes is Deep State. You might notice that it looks a bit similar to the games of the 90s. Games like GoldenEye, Deus Ex, Resident Evil. They really wanted to capture that specific feeling, and they're calling it a campy action thriller with a cosmic horror twist, which sounds to me like a lot of fun. I even got some Kojima vibes while I was watching the trailer, just in the way that they were delivering the lines. You'll be going through a wide variety of different locations, stealthing, hacking, and shooting your way through, and doing it all with a perfectly groomed mustache. There isn't a ton of information about this game yet. The vibes are immaculate in it. If they can pull it off, this game could do very well, at least for fans of 90s immersive sims. You can wishlist it right now on Steam. And Core Decay is exactly the kind of immersive sim that I get excited for, and it's currently in development. It's another game you'll be traveling to a wide variety of locations, including Antarctica, Asia, North America, Africa, and Europe, so basically all around the world. There will be a large variety of different gameplay mechanics, giving you the ability to use the power of speech, lockpicks, hacking, and massive fucking rifles to make your way through any obstacle. They made it a point that the world doesn't necessarily revolve around you, so you're going to have to be careful in order to survive. There'll be a good amount of exploration that you need to do to figure out things in this one. It has that old school immersive sim feel with a lot of depth, but brought to the modern era in terms of controls and feel. No release date yet, but you can wishlist it on Steam. And finally, a game that is actually fully released, Skin Deep, is an immersive sim that takes place entirely on starships. It's a non-linear experience that will require you to sneak and shoot your way through it, it'll feel a lot more like a sandbox, so you'll have to figure out what to do, where to go to make progress. The idea is that you'll need to go through a set of missions where you release crew members from hijacked ships. There are multiple different ways to approach any of the missions, so feel free to experiment, figure things out. You take control of the protagonist, Nina Pasadena, who is an insurance commando. You're placed in a cryostasis aboard various ships, and if a ship happens to get hijacked by pirates, you're thawed out. A pretty unique idea that is apparently pretty fun from what people have been saying. It tends to reward experimentation and trying out different things, so make sure to play around with the systems that are available. You might find some surprises. Skin Deep is available on PC, and you can play it right now. And for the bonus game, I do have one game. For fans of cyberpunk-style sci-fi immersive sims, you should check out Fortune's Run, which is currently in early access. People that have played it say it has great potential, but the reason it's in the bonus game section is because the sole developer is currently in jail, serving some sort of sentence, so it might be a while if this game ever gets released at all. It could just be done for all we know. What is there is very cool, but it all comes with an asterisk. And of course, make sure to check out the greats like Prey, System Shock 1 and 2. The two System Shock games had recent remakes, so they've been updated to make them more playable, though of course some will prefer them in their original form, so there you go. 6 games like Dishonored and Deus Ex. Hopefully you found something new, and make sure to put any games you think people should check out in the comments. Some comments have inspired entire new lists for me, so it's a good place to let people know about your favorites. For more game suggestions and videos about RPGs of all kinds, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.